fuck am I doing here? We have to get down.
Okay, so the only things that I want to ask you is, do you confirm that the first and the second should be the only day that the sun could appear, or half day, only maybe the second? You know what I think, now we will discuss, but what I think we will start tomorrow because it's the only recent chance we have. Because if we will not start, for sure we have to stay 1 week here waiting. So we will do this attempt. Yes, thank you, Carl. Bye-bye. So we have to go.
I love the mountains. I grew up in them, climbing with Dad. He taught me everything. Even put away his Himalayan dreams to start a family. Gave this to me. And then, I was such a fuck up. Until climbing. Damn. I love this. But I'm scared. So many things here trying to kill me. I think of the lessons I learned from my dad, how he always tells me, go gently. These guys, do they feel the same gnawing fear? The same doubt?
Dennis now is very old man. Size. He has problems. Then he fell down in crevasse.
In 3 or 4 places that we went, I discovered that crevasses become broader.
Bigger, yeah.
Yes, because ice flow is moving.
Yeah.
Probably we crossed there. Yes?
Yeah.
Crevasses become bigger.
But I want to congratulate because you jump with very style. Oh, disappear. And then the thing rope you. If you don't have rope, you go a lot down.
Jesus Christ. Who are these guys?
Not 60, but 40 meters.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very deep crevasse.
Deniska! No!
I was shaken a little bit because when I fell down and make turn, it was a small fixation in the bottom. My eyes in the bottom.
There was immediately Cory. Doom! Up there and there.
I felt it was very helpful for me.
You feel extra power in this moment. After you see your face.
spectacular, free. But it's just so cold. What the fuck am I doing here? My friends, family, I just got engaged before this trip. I mean, they know this is me, support me, but now, so alone. We are very, very alone.
We didn't recover completely. It was only 3 days in base camp. We spent 4 days on the mountain and 3 days all in base camp. So this is the things that make me worry, that maybe we don't have power enough. Tonight the dinner will be barbariska
Да. Goulash.
goulash.
Ciao, Barbara. Thank you very much for goulash.
It's foggy, they are late.
We're just starting and I'm wasted. Simone hacks, coughs, spits up blood every morning. And then his laughter and joking, it's so genuine. He truly loves the suffering. I think suffering is a part of Dennis's Soviet DNA. And me, I don't know.
Good. We can see a lot of mountain from here.
Pakistan mountain.
Yeah, we are in Camp 3. Should be 6-9.
So much time in the tent to think. Just a few days ago, feeling so fresh, so strong. But now, I can't stop thinking about home. The little things. Liv's kiss, Mom and Dad. Holding a cup of coffee in my hands. What the hell is wrong with me? Just before dawn, I want to turn around, but I don't say anything. The sun's not up yet, and I'm tired. Freezing fucking cold. And the first rays hit me, grace me. Not yet with warmth, but with light. And I know now that I'm alive again, and a part of this world. It's not a celebration, really. There is no release here. We're only halfway. Let's get the fuck out of here! This is where everyone dies. The storms hit so fast, I can't see. None of us can see. Down past bodies in Camp 4. A wasteland. Nobody belongs here. I keep thinking about Liv. I just can't go there now. Need to stay strong. I call my dad on the sat phone and tell him we're in trouble. I almost tell him I'm sorry for being a fuck up for all those years. But instead, I just tell him I love him.
What's going on?
I'm listening music. You too?
You too.
Yeah. But of course it's fucking cold.
How cold?
Minus 46 centigrade.
In the morning, Simone pukes and we all piss so dark it looks like blood. The storm rages harder. We pack up and work our way down. On autopilot, coasting, spent. When I talked to my dad, the last thing he told me was, "Go gently, Corey. Go gently." Morning, cold again, like always. We barely speak, barely look each other in the eye, just a string of robotic motions. Horrible roar. In a split second, I know that my life is over. Then it hits. Everything goes black.
Just tell me what happened. Big avalanche.
almost down. No more fear. Complete surrender. Somehow in all of this, in me, I know there's incomprehensible beauty, perfection. Right now I feel nothing. Then, a hand on my shoulder. Everything leaves me. In this moment, somehow, I feel strength. Maybe I am strong enough. But I don't know. I still don't know.
I think I said the film is called Cold, and I emailed it to Corey and you, and everybody was like, yeah, well, that's what it is. It just seemed self-evident. You know, it's stripped down, it's essential, it's basic. I mean, it is what it is, right? It's cold, metaphorically and literally.
Simone Moro and Dennis Orupko, they're two incredibly different characters.
Yes.
I met Simone and Dennis in 2009, and then I was climbing Lhotse in the spring of 2010. That's when I got invited, actually, because I climbed Lhotse kind of quick. He was like, well, maybe, you know, this could be good. I mean, I can't think of two people I'd rather climb with. When we actually went on the climb, I had one body and two lenses, and then I left one of the lenses at our first camp because I just realized that was, you know, far, far too much. Operating when it's that cold is super difficult, but you just have a system. And the system is basically, you have your down mitts, your Himalayan mitt. It's tied onto your Himalayan suit. And basically what I do is I just pull that off, and then I had windstopper gloves on underneath. So the windstoppers gave me enough dexterity to actually handle the camera, turn it on, press record, and then I'd actually drop the camera sometimes for a second and put the mitten back on and then hold it with my mittens. Cold was initially all web dispatches that we did from base camp. After a quick break, they were kind enough to help us set up shop at an old sheep herder's pasture.
So I was following Corey's dispatches as he was on the trip because I was so interested to hear and know how he was doing.
After one day in base camp, we decided to make our...
As I was watching, I was getting emotionally connected to this trip.
The altitude reported in the map.
I just kind of went, oh my gosh, there is nobody that has ever been able to tell that story of alpinism like this. So that's when I got on the telephone and I called Anson and I said, hey Anson, you got to check this out.
I was pretty skeptical, frankly. I mean, I'm skeptical about mountaineering films, and this sort of, Julie said, well, there's some raw footage on the North Face website, you gotta go check it out. So I watched all of the dispatches and was frankly sort of unimpressed until I saw the last dispatch.
Big avalanche.
And it was just immediately obvious to me that this was a mountaineering film that could explore sort of fundamental aspects of the human condition. He seemed like a normal guy instead of a hero in that moment. And so that was the moment where I said, yeah, I think there's something there.
The recipe was there, all of the ingredients were there, and it was just a matter of pulling all the pieces together.
It started with Julie Kennedy pulling us all together. She's one of those people, it's like a connector, brings people together.
I called up Kelly Cordes and I said, Kelly, I've got an amazing project for you. And it's something that you've never done before, and you are going to really, 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 really learn a lot, and you're going to love this project.
Julie Kennedy could sell sand to the Arabs, and I've never written for film before. And next thing you know, by the end of the phone call, I guess I had agreed to be involved in this. But doing the writing, it was amazing to me what a process it was.
Morning. Cold again. Like always.
Kelly's job was to take my story and translate it into sort of a digestible narrative that the audience could then relate to and sort of ultimately relate to me.
Anson, Corey, and I got together for 2 days. We met at Anson's house, sipped good tequila, talked, got to know each other, heard Corey's story from his insider perspective. I took 45 pages of handwritten notes, which I then kind of distilled or condensed into like 3,000 words.
That's such a fuck up. Until climbing. Damn. I love this.
The final word count was maybe 600, something like that. So we're distilling this entire experience into something so tight. And I think a lot of times it's better to leave some things unsaid.
The opening scene in the tent was the first scene I had in my head. I thought, this film opens in the tent. I want to put the audience in the place.
One spot that I like, that I really thought the VO worked, the opening line, the opening 2 sentences.
What the fuck am I doing here? We have to get down.
That seems so simple now, but we agonized for days over that. I kept doing rewrites and coming up with different thoughts, different angles.
I love the summit. I love the coughing and challenge and suffering on the summit. I mean, they're in pain, and it isn't a celebration. Corey says, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
There was no flag planting, There's no optimistic symphony on the summit.
This is where everyone dies.
One of the questions that I've gotten asked consistently is, why? I think, the answer to the why is simply because it is an action of total passion and wanting to be a part of something that you're actually truly in love with. And the action itself is, somehow an expression of what you're feeling. Doing these things is so important just for us as human beings to go and be passionate about whatever it is that we're doing. So when people ask me why, it's like, well, I don't know, why do you do the crazy stuff you do when you're in love? And you can't really answer it. You just do it because you love it.
It's definitely the most intense, emotionally, the most intense film I've made. I mean, to see it when it's done and watch an audience watch it for the first time is so incredibly satisfying. It's probably the same feeling that Corey gets to climb the mountain and live through it.
So I saw it for the first time, and I absolutely was blown away, and I had so much emotion that it was very difficult for me to actually see the movie because I had so many tears rolling down my face because it was so emotional for me. Very emotional.